Oh, hello, people of the internet. I have this cute snail pattern to talk about, some yarn, woo, and a little bit of market recap slash our upcoming market. So let's get into it. So this week on our Instagram, we had a three-way tie on our snail edition. uh, for the patterns that I listed, we had a poison bottle, we had a skull, we had a candy corn, and we had an eyeball. 0 votes for the eyeball. Nobody wanted to see the eyeball. All of the votes went to poison bottle, skull, and candy corn, which was awesome. Though I do want to make the eyeball one, I just don't know if anybody will want to buy it. Not that it's a bad one, but it's interesting. I like it. It's like it has like the back of the eyeball stuff attached to it. It's good. I like it. But anyways, these were the ones that got voted for. So these were the ones that I made. And it was a three-way tie, like I said. So I felt like, I had the time, so I just made them all. The pattern is by GardenHoe Crochet. I'll list it above and below, all the things. The first one I wanted to talk about is the Poison Snail. This one is so adorable. There is a slight modification that I did to it because I felt like I wanted the white to like look more drippy. I felt like it looked a little bit more like evil. Either that there's like, it's like a wax coating on the outside that's like melted down, or like the poison is moving or something. I just felt like there needed to be a little bit more movement. In the pattern itself is just a straight line, which is totally cool, totally awesome. With the modification that I did, all you do if you've never done the stitch before, I don't know if there's a name for the stitch or not. I could probably look it up. I don't know. But anyways, so instead of doing just you would do like your regular color change, and then as you go along the first row of the color change, instead of just stitching into the first stitch, you just kind of drop the stitch down, like down a row for the next stitch, and then if you want it to go back up, then you do like in the first stitch or first row, and then you can drop it back down. I normally don't go any lower than like 3 rows down, but it just depends on what you're looking for. And as long as you pull the yarn up far enough, then you have 0 issues with like the next row that you do, because everything gets pulled back up to that row that you're supposed to be on. If that doesn't make sense, you want me to make video so I can like show you what I'm talking about, just let me know in the comments below. Happily make that for you. So that was the only modification that I made. I do realize looking at it now, I forgot to put the mouth in, but I kind of like it without the mouth. Like I think he looks kind of cute without the mouth, but maybe I'll put the mouth in. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think I should do. If I should put it in or if I shouldn't. But yeah, so fairly simple. The other thing that I did this time that I don't normally do when attaching my pieces together is, instead of using like the fuzzy Chanel yarn, which you're like, I want to murder somebody, because it always gets like pulled out or whatever, I just used some acrylic yarn that I could match like close enough. I don't think I have the color that I could match close enough to this base color. And like, you can't see where I attached anything. Like it just blends in really nicely. Because with the acrylic yarn that I used, you can pull it pretty tight and you don't have to worry about like your stitch, like you're breaking the string or anything like that, because it's a lot stronger than the like Chanel yarn. So you can kind of pull on it and make it really tight in there. And then I was also not worried about the like being able to attach it. So I really feel like in the future, that is just what I'm going to do. Like if I have to attach things and it says, oh, leave a long thing to attach, I'm just gonna like, as long as I have a collar that's like relatively close to it, that's just what I'm going to do. One, I think it will then save me on like the extra yarn that I use to tie things in, which again is not that long, but it's also just that headache of like you're sewing along and you're already kind of frustrated because you're having to sew something in. Maybe it's just me. I don't think so though. Let me know. You're sewing something in, and then all of a sudden the Chanel yarn just like gets caught, and you're like, well, what am I gonna do now? And you can't like back the yarn out or anything. Like it's just like stuck there, and you're just like, ah. Maybe it's just me. I just get like a little it's just my rage moments. But when I was sewing these on, no rage moments. It was awesome. And then all I did was like I used some, oh, you probably can't see this. Here, I'll put it against my sweater. I just used some long knitting needles. Wow. Long knitting needles. Well, I guess they're not really long. They're just regular knitting needles. And I like stabbed it down and then I stabbed it through. And that worked really well to like keep it in place. And then I was able to stitch everything in, and it went really quickly. It was awesome. Like all the stress of having to sew something together was like gone, which was so nice. And then everything just tucked in fairly easily because you could cinch things down tightly so that like the fuzziness of the Chanel yarn just kind of hides it all. There might be a little bit of a difference when you're like if you're using like blanket yarn, but I think I might also work on blanket yarn too. I should try it. We'll see. Anyways, but I digress. So that one, the next is the little quickly one that I wanted to talk about is this guy. Oh my god, he's so cute. He is so cute. Here, I'll put it over my face and then maybe doing things backwards into a camera. Anyways, this guy, so adorable. I ended up having to remake the skull like 3 or 4 times. Like I would get to the eyes and I would just be like, ah! Sorry for screaming in your ear there. But you need to know my frustration. So it wasn't the easiest to do. Poison bottle, little candy corn, super easy. No issues. Awesome. This guy, I definitely want to make him again. But testing my patience for sure. Getting the eyes in there, just like getting the nose in there was a little difficult, and then getting the eyes in there and then getting the right count in there. It was not easy for me. And like, I'm not saying that I'm like the best crocheter or probably the best reader of instructions. But it was just a little confusing. And they did have pictures below of like trying to explain everything. And I really think like they did a good job explaining everything. I think it was just me, and sometimes I just need to like pull through and do stuff. But with this one, I ended up having just to restart it a couple of times just to get it right. And I think there's still a few things that I probably messed up on it, but I do want to make more of these. I also just want to make some of these just as the skull. Like, honestly, she could release just the skull as its own pattern, because it's super adorable. Sorry, it's white on white. It's super adorable. Like, it kicks up like properly like a little skull. He has like his little 4 teeth in the front. Sorry, it's really bright. Little 4 teeth in the white against the white is not great. Anyways, he has the little teeth and stuff, and I'm not good at holding. I'm holding so many things. It is what it is. Anyways, so this guy, super cute. I would not say that this one is beginner friendly. I would definitely say more like intermediate to advanced for the skull. Just simply like around the eyes and the nose, it is just a little bit more complicated. But poison bottle, candy corn, no problem, beginner friendly. This is more advanced, and that's okay. Zero issue with that. It just might take you a couple of tries to do, but once you get it, oh my lord, do you feel so good. So, or I mean, maybe that was just me, but it's so good. So good. And like, it is so cute. So I also forgot to do the mouth on him, but you know, it is what it is. The last little guy that I wanted to talk about quickly is this little candy corn guy. He is so adorable, super easy. It's a candy corn. The only thing about him was, this is the way that it should, so just for reference, so we don't have any more spider dads yell at me. For reference, this is the way that it is shown to be sewn on in the pattern. Spider dad was like, the candy corn's not facing the right way. The white should be on the top. This is not right. And I'm like, it didn't look right the other way. And he was like, this is not right. No. The white is supposed to be on top. But this was the way that it's set. Like, it sits the best this way. I did originally try to have it so that the yellow was on the bottom, but it didn't look right. Again, I did set it up so that the white or the yellow was on the bottom and the white was on the top. It just didn't look right. This looks more like a snail shell. So the next thing I want to talk about is my little universal yarn order. The yarn that I ordered is the Bella Chenille yarn from Universal. I love this yarn so much. I did have a bit of an issue when I ordered it. It hasn't happened to me before when I've ordered it, but it was well traveled, so I did have to open it. Couldn't open it and like show you on air because there was a bunch of things. Anyways, so we're going to go through it now. I got 4 different colors. We'll talk about it. It's all good. The first one that I want to talk about is this one. It's not the lightest purple, but it's like a good medium purple. It is so pretty. It's called Pansy Purple and it's color 116. I love this purple. I use it a lot if I'm doing like a Frankenstein's monster purple. That makes sense. I've done a lot of Frankenstein's monsters. But anyways, like, this is the perfect purple for it. I also just really love this purple. So there is 100 grams. It is 120 meters or 131 yards. It's 100% polyester. It is a... what kind of weight a yarn is? Doesn't say. Or I'm missing it. It's made in Turkey. Oh, it's a bulky number 6. There we go. I knew I was just not finding it. It's bulky number 6. It is machine washable, but not machine dryable. Personally, for the things that I make with it, I would not wash this, but apparently you can. So if you want to do that, you can. It suggests a 8mm hook. Depending on what I'm working with, but I normally use like anywhere from like a 4.5 crochet hook up to maybe a 5.5, but that's just the patterns that I do, so that doesn't mean. But anyways, this purple is just awesome. The next one is their darker purple. So this is Amethyst, color 122. But yeah, this is, it's just such a beautiful purple. And then of course all the same bulky number 6, all that kind of stuff. But such a beautiful purple. I love it. It's deeper than the other one. And it's so pretty. So if you're looking for a deep purple, yeah. And then there's this one. So this is it's I think the color is called Apricot. Sorry, it's just really, you can kind of see it. So it's more of a peachy. Online, it looked like this. Sorry, my light just kind of blows out these colors a little bit. It looked way more orange, so I'm a little disappointed that it is more peachy, but that's okay. It's still awesome, but yeah, I'm a little sad that it is like way more peachy, though. I mean, it's accurate to the color. Like, it does look like an apricot, or apricot, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, it is much more peachy, but online it looked like it was like this bright orange, and I was like, yeah, bright orange, whoo, because I love orange, because you don't find a lot of orange yarn. That makes sense? I don't know. Anyways, so maybe the next last color I have is lime. This one again is a little blown out because of my lights, but this one is the best green Chanel that I have ever found. It is the closest to a like slimy green, which is awesome. I love this green. This green is so very awesome. I ordered 3 of them because I love it, and I could just like stare at this green all day. I'm so excited to like wind this up and start using it. It has been killing me the last couple, not last couple, but since I put in the order in September, it's been killing me that like I haven't gotten it yet, and I'm like, I want it so bad, especially for all the spooky times. So I got it now, which is great, and I'm so happy. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about was our market that we had this past weekend, and then the market that's coming up this weekend. I really wish I could have said that like our last market was so great, it was amazing. We had an atmospheric river and so like not that many people showed up for it, which again, which is not the event coordinator's problem or anything like that. Like, you can't control the weather, and that is one of the things that happens with markets. Like, when you're doing a market, you have to rely on people coming out, and we had an atmospheric river. Which, if you're not familiar with what that is really extremely heavy rains to the point of where flooding occurs. And when we were driving home, there was definitely some flooded out roads, so that was an interesting drive. We all arrived home safe because clearly I'm here, nothing bad happened, but definitely like not great. Our market was supposed to be a 2-day market. It ended up only being a 1-day market, and we ended up having to leave the venue early because they closed down the market because some of the roads were flooding out, and there was like some concerns, though there were still people that were kind of like showing up, but it was definitely really strange. We've vended at this location before. The event coordinator is iMADE. They are so awesome. I love them. They're just awesome. We've not had any sort of issues. They are so lovely and so kind. They were so upset that they had to cancel the Sunday and that they had to close early. Like, I felt so bad. Like, I felt bad for us because, like, not great having to close early, but there wasn't a lot of people that were coming in. So, and also then to potentially be dangerous to drive home in. Like, I think it was definitely a good call. It was so awesome to see all of the people that showed up. It was actually, so our event, if I didn't mention this, was out in Fort Langley, BC. It was at their community hall. It's the big yellow building, if you're familiar with it, if you live here. If you're not, then do come to BC, come check it out, because they always have markets. We had so many people ask us, oh, do you have any Christmas yet? And we're like, oh, like, because like this was like the beginning of October was our first, like our October 5th or something like that. So we're like, oh no, we didn't bring any Christmas with us, because like it wasn't over, like our first market wasn't an overly like spooky market or anything like that. And so we were like, okay. So going from that, we at this past market on the October 19th, we brought a little bit of Christmas, not a lot. It was just like a few things. And like, I don't think they were overly Christmassy. Like we had some like deer heads. And I think the one thing that was like probably pretty Christmassy is we had these felt dinosaurs that had Santa hats on. They're adorably cute. You can check them out on our website if you want. Adorably cute. And we had people there be like, why do you have Christmas? We're like, because people asked us at our last market if we had any Christmas stuff. You just can't win. I tell you. But anyways, so at our next market, we will still have some Christmas stuff, which I know is the devil, but yeah, people are looking for it and we have it. So we'll bring it. They're generally always like kind of weird Christmassy stuff anyway, so but yeah, it's just it also like two different locations as well. Like our last one was out in Cloverdale, like Surrey, and then this one was out in Fort Langley. So they're not like that far apart, but definitely a different kind of clientele. Like Fort Langley versus Cloverdale, totally different. Different clientele. So it's always interesting to like see those different things and to like see the difference in people and stuff like that. So it was super fun. It was fun to see everybody's face. But yeah, that's it for me. If you want to see more of my face, click on the videos above, somewhere around here, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.